Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 12 of Across America. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me sometimes is Robert Lamb.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Were you talking to the audience or just me?
No, all of you.
You refer to me as everybody, right?
I want the people listening to be like, I'm good.
Okay.
And have somebody around them be like, what in the world?
I just thought I was your everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So last episode, we didn't really discuss much of the actual walk, just of how many ways I would die out in the woods.
Yeah, just kind of
because
how
of my bullheadedness and stupidity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like what we would do in a clown situation.
Yeah.
Or a creepy guy situation.
Which is valid.
Right.
Valid.
Right.
But let's get back to the actual story. We just recap before we turn on the microphones. I'm not going to act like I remembered.
Yeah.
We just left Agatha and Gaston.
Well, I mean, we left the house where they let us stay for the night.
Yeah.
And
you guys had a man of the night calling.
Yeah. And the next morning, we packed up our stuff and took off. And we walked through the Methow Valley, which I don't know if you know much about the Methow Valley, but I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. It is a valley.
I know about as much about that as I do about the Peace Arch.
Okay, so actually a lot. Or did you just look up Wikipedia?
No.
Okay.
No. The Peace Arch is on the border of Canada and Washington State. It's at the furthest.
You know a lot, man. How'd you know all that?
Dude, we always talk Peace Arch at all the parties I go to.
It is a hot topic. Anyways, the Methow Valley, it's a valley. We just walked through it. It's like a highway that runs through it. And basically, we're heading to we were heading to 2, and the 2 eventually went into I-90.
2 what?
Highway 2.
Highway 2.
Yeah, not just the number 2. No, we went through there, and actually we stayed at an RV park. I'm going to say all this. I don't know exact dates. I don't know how long it took to get to certain spots because I didn't write all that down in my blog.
Right.
But I'm just going to assume that a couple days here, a couple days there. But we were heading to the Grand Coulee. We were heading to Grand Coulee, and there's a Grand Coulee Dam, and we were going to check that out.
Yeah.
Since it was on the way. And again, I don't know if you know much about the Grand Coulee Dam.
Yeah.
Okay. As much as
but
the Peace
for
Arch.
our listeners.
Right. Well, I'm not going to say much either. It's a dam. It's a dam on a river. And basically there's
I like how you said, what's the valley called?
Methow Valley.
Yeah. You're like, Methow Valley, I'm not going to say a lot about it. It's a valley.
It's a valley.
And we walked through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Way to paint a picture, Robert.
Listen, I honestly, it didn't even look like a valley to me.
Really?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
It just looked like land.
Looked like a big
It didn't look
ditch.
like when I think of a valley, I'm thinking of like rock canyon walls and a river runs through it. Is my favorite movie with Brad Pitt.
I can see why you would think that.
Yeah.
When I think of a valley, I think of Mufasa dying.
Yeah. Shockingly, not a lot of wildebeest.
Not a lot of lions either, I'm assuming.
No. There could have been mountain lions. Those are a thing.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Cougars.
there weren't.
Cougars.
Yeah, but there weren't. So
that you know of.
No, I mean, yeah, I didn't see any.
Right.
So there could have been a lot. There could have been wildebeest too.
Any of our cougar listeners, if you saw Robert,
older women or
no,
okay,
no,
okay.
The predatory feline,
right.
Yes,
I just didn't want to get confused.
Right. If there are any cougars that listen to the show, we have no problem hearing from you, just on this specific topic.
Again, we're talking about the feline,
right?
Okay, just making sure.
No, that one was a double. That was to all the cougars.
That was to everybody, anybody who could be considered a cougar,
right?
Okay. No, I don't know much about the Methow Valley. Like when we were hanging out with those guys and they that night at the bar and stuff, they were all mentioning it. Like, yeah, you're gonna head through the Methow Valley. I'm like, yeah, I don't know much about it.
Yeah, sure I am.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. and actually, I think we went through it like a couple days, and I remember seeing like this one house like on a hill, like up, like pretty high up, and it just looked like the psycho Norman Bates type house on a hill.
One
just
house,
creepy, and
thousands of
miles. But it was like 2 stories, yeah. And it was just like it looked kind of like that old, not Victorian, but like that old style. It's just odd.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really don't remember
signs
much.
of life at that house.
I saw an old woman
Ooh.
in she all black, sitting in a chair in the second story window. And then I heard somebody shout,
"That's not true."
Mother. Yeah,
that's not true.
No,
You're a liar.
None of that's true.
I was like,
couldn't
wow.
even see the windows. It was so far away.
First of all, I was going to commend your memory. Be like, whoa, this guy walked this so long ago and remembers what the lady was wearing.
Dude, I can't even remember the Methow Valley, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember.
So you didn't walk. You basically walked this for nothing. If you don't remember anybody at that house in the Methow Valley in Washington State, then you don't. Why'd you even walk?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to stop the podcast?
Let's go.
Okay.
We're done.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
Forget it. Anyways, after that, we went to the Grand Coulee. The city's called Grand Coulee, or town. I don't know. It wasn't that big. But
the area.
Yeah, the area. And then there's the Grand Coulee Dam. And when me and Tony got there, I think it was like a few days later, we decided to I don't know why we took another rest day, but we took a rest day there.
Probably because you have nowhere to be.
That's true. I mean, there wasn't like a... Right. But it was... I don't remember why. There might have been a reason, but I can't remember.
Yeah, but you're not going to, you're not going to be like, oh, man.
It doesn't have to be every day.
We really have to get to Montana by this time.
Hey, man. On schedule.
Yeah, no.
No, we stayed there 2 days. There's like an RV park, and the guy who owned the RV park let us stay there a couple days, for pretty cheap. And we talked to him for a little bit, and then he told us about the Grand Coulee Dam. Go check it out at night because there's a light show. So we went down there and we watched the light show. The light show.
The light show was six natives running through with sparklers.
Kind of close. They do a laser light show on the side of the dam, and there's these benches all along the river or whatever, and you can watch this light show, but it does there's these speakers and they tell you about the dam and how it was created and life on this river before the dam. There's a lot of Native American stuff.
About to Jeff Goldblum me life.
The dam, it found a way, But no, it was interesting, very educational type, watching the overhead projector at school, in the 90s, you know what I mean?
Totally. I saw one of those at Mount St. Helens.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's a really wonderful thing. It was, the show is so great. They talk about everyone that died, and how horrifying it was, and then they open up on the mountain.
And that's what they talked about, the Native Americans and how they needed this river for the life and everything, and then they're talking about how they dammed it up.
And we dammed it up,
well, Jesus,
and they were brutally murdered.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, wow. But
man,
they did. They had a light show and it showed animals flying and all that kind of stuff. It was interesting.
Were you and Tony kind of sitting there thinking, why are we doing this?
I think at that point, maybe even Tony was stoned. I don't remember. He may have smoked. It might have been cool to him. I don't remember. But for me, it reminded me of school.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see, when else am I going to see something like
Everyone, focus on the video. There will be a test afterwards.
Yeah. They just hand out papers.
Yeah.
Pass them down.
So you stayed there for a couple days.
Actually, the next day we just rested. Kind of I think Tony worked on the blog. And then we went to Safeway, and because we needed to stock up on food, and Safeway is kind of their Publix over there, their grocery stores.
Gotcha.
But you need a Safeway card, I guess, a member's card or something.
Totally.
So I had to sign up for that, and that way we could buy all the food because there's no other grocery store. There's gas stations, but we wanted to actually get some deals on food.
Yeah, you can't grocery shop at the gas station.
Not too often.
They're going to charge you more. They're going to charge you more.
That's true. And because there was a Safeway or a grocery store over there, might as well get something there.
For sure.
Dude, I remember when we went there, because we haven't bought stuff, a lot of stuff in a while. Dude, we went ham on that shit. There's a sale on donuts. For sure, let's get some
donuts in there.
Dude, donuts and
with the amount of walking you guys are doing, I imagine the sky's the limit for carbs and all that kind of stuff. You can't really sit and be like, well, we can't really eat this.
Honestly, I remember reading this article. I mentioned it before, this guy who walked across the country, and he talked about what he went through. He talked about the stealth camping and where to sleep at night and all that kind of stuff. One of the things he mentioned was that when he was on his walk, he had this this need for sugar. Every day he would go into if he hit a McDonald's or if he hit someplace, he would just buy a soda. And he's like, I've never had this hankering for soda. I never drank a lot of soda in my life, but when I was on this, I just always wanted soda.
Well, your body's burning it so fast.
Right. And I realized I was the same way. Like when we hit a McDonald's, like I just wanted soda. And I was like, I don't even drink soda that often.
Yeah.
It was like a weird feeling. But yeah, dude, when we were at that place, we were buying if it was on sale.
They have boiled peanuts. Throw them in the backpack.
Get them all. And we spent a good amount of money. But we went back and we just rested that day. And dude, I was eating donuts. I was living the life, man.
Pigging
just
out.
Sleeping, laying in the tent. I think I was like reading my book or some shit and just eating a bunch of crappy food. But it was good.
Great.
Yeah.
That sounds adventurous.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, those are what the rest days were for.
Yeah, and I imagine you can't like get an ice cream cone and go walking down the street with it.
No, but I will mention this. Later on, like when I was in Nebraska,
whoa!
Listen, I'm not going to jump. I'm not
going
to jump too far.
You're going to spoil this, and we're going to lose all 6 listeners.
Listen. I know we're going to devote one episode to this little thing I'm going to say, but might as well just mention it now. Some guy did buy me ice cream one time.
Hey,
and I was on the side of the road. I'm like, yeah, it was just melting. It was like 100 degrees outside, so it's just melting.
Here's an ice cream.
I'm just like, that's cool, but I need to eat this right now. I gotta sit down and eat it. So I just like stopped walking and like ate it.
All right, so that ruined episode 74 of The Walk.
Yeah, you can just skip that one.
Yep.
74 of The Walk.
Don't
That's
worry,
what it's called.
when we get to Across America. Sorry, we've been talking about the fictional version of this.
That's true.
Trip, The Walk.
Which is
that's dramatized, a lot more fight scenes,
not to be confused with
more zombies than in this story.
A lot of zombies.
And
hey, how many episodes do you think of Across America will have?
Ooh,
take a guess right now.
Man, we're at 12 now.
Yeah.
Optimistically, because like you
what's
said,
optimistic? Like not too many or a lot more?
No. Optimistic is like that we got people listening and they want to hear the story.
Right.
But at some point, you got to skip some spots.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, 30, 40 maybe? If you could stretch it out. These are only 20 minutes. So it's not like we cover a whole heck of a lot of ground. For instance, we've only discussed the fact that you walked through a valley and had another rest day.
That's true.
And we're 12 minutes in. So, I mean, if we keep going at this rate.
Yeah, but every once in a while we do an episode where we talk about clowns.
That's true.
So, I mean, you never know how many of those.
One episode you were just like, I woke up, and then we talked about the news.
I'm saying, I think there's going to be 52 episodes.
Nice. For all the states?
For all the weeks.
All the weeks.
I mean, if we get 2 more states, if America gets 2 more states.
I was thinking of Cuba and Puerto Rico. China.
Okay. those American states.
China. If we get China.
Never know. Before we wrap up, we might, America might get 2 more states.
Yeah.
You never know.
China. I've got my. You
think China will be a state?
I think they'll be a state.
Out of all of the other countries, China's next on the docket.
Dude, they love basketball so much.
Yeah, but they're kind of self-sufficient. I don't know if they need to be a state.
I know people.
Okay. I'm just saying most people would probably say like Puerto Rico. But you're going to go China.
Rumbling that I hear in my social circles.
Political circles?
China wants to bump up the national average for height.
Okay.
And they want a Beijing basketball team to play in the NBA.
And the only way they can do that is by becoming a state.
Yep.
Dude, that's a hell of a flight, though, to play a game.
But listen, home field advantage? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but I mean, they got to fly all the way over here and play in all these other
Imagine the
cities.
Orlando Magic going to the Beijing.
I can imagine
Flying Dragons. I don't want that to sound.
I mean, that's borderline racist.
I don't want it to sound. What would you call it?
I don't know. I'm sure they have other things in China other than dragons, Jack.
Okay, fine. The Beijing Crouching Tigers.
There you go. a little better.
The Beijing Jackie Chan's.
Yeah.
You know what? That would instantly become my favorite basketball team of all time. I don't watch basketball. I don't care for basketball. I don't like LeBron. But if the Beijing Jackie Chan's became a thing, I'd have a jersey of.
Yeah, but I think you're just
their
getting
star player is.
Yeah, but you're getting the jersey and you're becoming a bandwagon fan.
How am I a bandwagon? They've never existed.
I know, but I'm saying when they do exist, you're just going to be. You just want it as a joke. It's like a joke thing for you.
That's not true.
I think it is.
I will become a basketball enthusiast.
Yeah, you'll know a lot about basketball at that point.
Oh,
really pay attention.
I know a lot about basketball. That's why I know I don't like it.
I'm just saying, I think you wouldn't like them as a team per se. Like, you're just liking them because it's weird.
Why is it weird?
Not because I'm
racist.
Who's the racist now? I'm saying
Who's the racist
because it's
now,
a completely different country, which may or may not become a state according to you. But it's a different country that has an NBA team.
I forgot that's where that started. I wanted China to be a state. Yeah. Oh man, you imagine how bomb Chinese food would be?
That'd be cool.
All the debt wiped away.
Yeah,
you're a state now. Congratulations.
So yeah, that's it. We're not in debt with them anymore.
Right.
Hey.
And then suddenly China has Mexican people.
How come you didn't go into politics?
Why not?
Yeah.
Too good looking.
All right. Hey. Can't argue with that.
So I'm told by everyone I've ever met.
Every single person.
Yep.
Hey.
All right, so
where am I?
You guys just got done stabbing the guy at the RV
the
right
RV
outside
park.
of the... Got it?
Yep. No, actually, this is pretty interesting. Before we left, I think Tony signed up for couch surfing, which is like, if you don't know what couch surfing is, it's just a way to like, if you're traveling through, you can spend the night at people's houses. They open their house to you, and you know, they have like a guest room and stuff, and you can stay the night there. Saves on costs of hotels and all that kind of stuff.
Isn't it like an app though?
It is an app, yeah.
So like you
it's
just,
like Uber or something like that. But you can
get on
sign
there
in.
and people can sign up to let you sleep on their couch.
Yeah.
Which to me, all sorts of red flags are going off already.
Yeah, but there's ratings, so you look at who has like decent ratings because you know you don't want to stay at the one person who gave one review of this guy who tried to touch me. I
woke up at 4 a.m. and he was sitting across the room staring at me.
Yeah, eating a lollipop. Yeah.
Gross.
I'm just saying, I'm sure that those situations do occur, but couch surfing was becoming, it was like pretty popular. I mean, I've never used it, but I knew people who did.
Yeah.
So Tony's like, let's try this out. Let's see if we can find a place to sleep on the way.
Tony's,
so I'm like, that's
Tony's sick of camping at this point.
He's done with it. No, I'm kidding. I think it was just more.
I'm just saying. I mean,
no. I think it was more of just like, hey, let's try to figure out, because like we liked, you know, the idea if we could get a motel room or campsite or every once in a while, that was cool.
Well, so campsite I understand for sure.
Right. That was easy. Motel was nice just to have a bed every once in a while.
Yeah.
Granted, at this point, I think we only got a motel room or hotel like twice, so it's been like almost a month now. And so most of the time we were just camping. And when we did find a campground, it was cool because they had showers and they had like, you know, water.
Did you guys wash your clothes while you were there? Like get your shirts wet and then leave them out to dry?
No, not there. Well, actually, you know, at the RV park, I think did actually have a laundromat. Like it had a washer and dryer.
Right.
So whenever we could do that, we did that there too. But I remember the RV park did have showers. I think I took like 3 showers while I was there, just for the hell of it.
I imagine that's exceedingly important.
Yeah. Why not? Just I wanted to stock up on them.
There would not be enough baby powder for me on this walk.
Yeah, dude. We made sure we had enough.
Yeah.
But so I remember Tony set up an account, and he actually did find this woman in Spokane, which we were heading towards Spokane.
What was her name? Because I have family that lives in Spokane.
So this is probably someone you know.
Yeah.
Her name's Barbara.
I'm on the internet a lot. Oh, Aunt Barb.
Yeah. Her. Hey,
Got
dude,
it.
You didn't know we stayed with her?
I had no idea.
Yeah, you should have known about the couch surfing.
Yeah. I didn't know she was on couch surfing. Aunt Barb.
No, Barbara, she was, I don't remember her last name, but she... I guess she had like pretty good ratings, and she lived in Spokane. So we were like, hey, we're heading to Spokane. We'll be there in like a week. Let's see. The problem was, since Tony just set up the account, you know, we didn't have any reviews. So she was kind of like, okay, like, what are you guys doing? And we're like, oh, we're walking across the country. We just need a place to stay for the night, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, all right, yeah, that's fine. You guys can stay here. And then she's like, just, you know, text me when you guys get here, and, you know, you can sleep on the couch. So we're like, cool, we have a place to stay. Granted, we were still like a week, maybe
her?
like 8 days out from her. Maybe a little less. I don't remember. We still had to jump on 2, and you go through 2. 2 takes you Highway 2. Highway 2 takes you through Spokane and into Idaho. So Spokane was going to be the last big city that we hit before.
And I was going to say,
Idaho.
you're almost out of Washington.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, that was a pretty cool, like, setup. So once we left Grand Coulee, we jumped on 2, and we started heading toward Barbara's house.
Barbara.
Barbara.
Aunt Barb.
And apparently a relative of yours.
Yeah.
Never told you about
You'll
me.
be surprised how many relatives of mine you know along this trek.
Oh, man. Probably all of them, right? You have a lot of family.
Officer Dad.
Officer Dad. That guy was great, man.
Oh,
that
man.
was great.
Golly.
Such a loyal man.
What a nice guy.
Just so nice.
I was about to spoil a major part of that, and I didn't do that. Thank goodness.
I don't know
Not
what you're
about
referring
Officer
to.
Dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Off air. Off air.
Yeah,
Actually, before, I don't know if we're going to wrap up soon, but I do want to plug, you mentioned the fictional story of The Walk.
Wait a minute. Tell me more about this.
I'm about to, Jack. So we've mentioned this before, but we do a lot of fictional podcasts here at Seven Lamb Productions. This is our only nonfiction podcast we do right now across America. But okay. I get what you're doing. Jack passed me a business card.
Whose business card, Robert?
It looks like Seven Lamb Productions business card. No, but we do a lot of fictional podcasts, and one of the fictional podcasts that we're doing that is going to come out tomorrow.
Ba-bam.
Because of when this gets released, it's coming out tomorrow, and it'll be out every other Monday, is called Story. And Story is a fictional podcast where every season is going to be a different story, different characters, different genre, different plot. And the first story that we're telling in this is called The Walk, which is going to be based on this walk that I'm talking about.
Right.
But it's going to be more dramatized. There's going to be more characters. There's going to be more drama. There's going to be more
a lot
stuff.
less back and forth silliness like you find on this one.
Yeah, but there will be some tie-ins that if you listen to both, you'll be like, hey,
that is true.
Mentioned that in that episode and blah, 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 and it's the same thing.
And they just acted it up.
That's it. It's all crossing over.
Oh, man.
And Jack here actually plays the main character.
I play Robert.
Well, his name's John.
His
in
name's
the script.
John. His name's John, but
he's loosely based on me.
Not very loosely.
Kind of loosely.
Strictly.
There's a little bit of me in every character.
That's true.
I'm a writer.
That's true.
But yeah, you can check that out.
Wait till you hear about that first convenience store we discussed and his Asian wife.
Oh man, a lot about that.
Yeah, we're on
Can't
that
wait.
for a solid 3 episodes.
No, actually,
I'm kidding. That's a joke.
There's 10 episodes so far. Yeah. So the first episode's going to come out this Monday, and then every Monday after that, new episode of Story. So
right. By the time this season's over, you can head to the capital of China, our newest state.
Yep.
And just share the joy.
Catch a b-ball game.
Catch a game with the Beijing Jackie Chans.
Yeah.
All right. So, Robert, that's so nice of you to tell everybody about the fictional version of this
audio drama.
Audio drama? Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
I never would have.
Sophisticated.
Yeah. So the audio drama version of that was so nice of you to plug that. But where can the people find it, Robert?
I'm going to plug blogtalkradio.com/7lamb, SEVENLAMB, spelled it out. If you go there, you can find all of our fictional podcasts. I will plug the website, but the website's not up right now, so your best chance is to just go to Blog Talk. If you go there, you can find all of our podcasts, all of our fictional stuff. You can also search for it on iTunes. So if you search on iTunes for Story, it'll pop up. And then you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 7Lamb Podcast. We throw up updates all the time talking about new releases, so you can catch that stuff. Or go to facebook.com/7Lamb Podcast. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can go to 7lambpodcast@gmail.com, and we will answer them to the best of our capabilities, as long as it's not decisively hate mail.
Oh, I'll answer that.
Jack will answer that.
I'll answer that for you.
Yeah, there you go.
So whatever you got to say, just send it.
There you go.
All right.
Whatever it is.
Love you.
This has been a 7 Lamb production.